It's always the same thing. Closing the door behind you after an interview. And the mind game takes over. How did I do? Did they like me? Did I manage to convey the right message? How many candidates do they have? Why didn't I answer differently to that one question? Do I pass to the next round? Or do I get the offer? How do I know? It can and is nerve-wracking, regardless of the seniority level. But there are some pointers that will help you to figure out how you did in an interview. In this video, I will give you 8 signs that you can indicate that you did well in your interview. Hi there, it's Lassi Albin. Welcome to my channel, where I share weekly tips and advice on how you can accelerate your career. I'm a senior certified coach with industry background. I have had the opportunity to career coach hundreds of talented professionals just like yourself. I invite you to subscribe to my channel below and hit the bell button to ensure that you don't miss any of the future career acceleration tips. Now, interview processes are exciting, but they're stressful at the same time. The world would be an amazing place if there would be an instant feedback and a hiring decision after every interview. But unfortunately, we do need to wait for the interviewer decisions days, sometimes weeks. Gut feeling, many say it's good, but I would say it can be misleading. Why is this? Because there's so many emotions in play at the same time when you're running through an interview process and right after. Maybe you can decide when you're outside the door, maybe you can say, it went okay, or I completely bombed it and failed it. But beyond that, hard with the emotions. Here are 8 signs that can indicate that you did well in an interview. Number 1, interviewer knows your profile. If it's clear that the interviewer has done a throughout study of your CV, of your profile, of your application, and they know to ask the right questions, go deeper in your profile, they've done the work. That is an indication that there's not going to be a boatload of other interviewees there and it's just been a scratch on the surface. If they've done the research, they're definitely interested in your profile to start with. Number 2, you get detailed questions and follow-up questions on those questions. Again, interviewer goes through not just the typical questions, give me your strengths and weaknesses and all that, which is coming anyway, but they go into more detailed questions about the position, about your background. They follow up on your answers and they show genuine interest in your answers. That's a good sign. Number 3, when an interviewer starts promoting and selling the position to you, you know that's a good sign. You're on the right direction. They don't need to do it, and they will selectively do it when they find an interesting candidate. There's no need to have an uninteresting candidate and then start going through the extra effort of getting you even more excited if they already know that you're not the one. You're not one of the top candidates. Number 4, body language. This relates to the gut feeling a bit, but this is also visual, so you can see when an interviewer is enjoying the situation, when an interviewer is radiating positive energy, genuinely getting closer to you in the interview, asking more personal questions, more detailed questions, opening the arms, being there with you, and not just being there because they have to be there. Body language will tell you a lot. Number 5, if your interview goes over time, if 1 hour was scheduled, you went 1 hour 15, 1 hour 10, it doesn't always have to indicate that it's a good sign, but most of the time, there is no reason to stick around for longer time unless you are truly interesting. Over time normally means good chat, good chances to go for the next rounds or getting the offer. Number 6, next steps of the process are explained in detail. The interviewer takes you through the next steps. When will they happen? Who's going to be involved? What's expected from you? They spend considerable time in explaining that to you. That's a sign that they don't want to give any confusion. They want you to be exactly clear what's happening. They don't want to upset you, basically. You know what's happening. They take away the stress. That's important. If they already know that you're not selected to the next stages, this is not going to happen. So it's a good sign. 7, asking about other processes. If they start asking if you're involved in other interview processes, if you have timelines, if there's anything else happening on the recruiting side, that is again a positive sign. Why is that? If you're not on the shortlist for the next rounds, this is not relevant for them. I mean, they don't need to ask this. If they ask, that's a sign that they are considering you for the next rounds and they want to hold on to your profile and they want to know what else is potentially limiting them and making sure that they are in the game. And finally, number 8, if the interviewer and the company decides to give you an office tour, and in addition to that, if during that office tour they introduce you to your potential colleagues, other managers, that is something that is a very clear positive sign again that you are being considered for the position. Absolutely no need to have a candidate that will not go to the next round. I mean, there's no way they will introduce them to the rest of the office or part of the office. There you go. Those are my 8 signs that should help you out and ease your self-evaluation need right after the interview and make you feel more comfortable and pick up the signs if you get in there to the right direction. And meanwhile, make sure to watch the interviewing prep playlist on this channel. There's a bunch of stuff that will help you prepare for that next big talk. And yes, of course, if you found this video useful, give it a like, share and subscribe for future videos to accelerate your career. Thank you for watching and I will see you in the next video.